That TV.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the Nanaya Yeboaa show. So we are coming transcontinental from here in Toronto, 5 p.m. and in Nigeria it is 10 p.m. at the moment. I have a young man as a guest with me today, and he is one of those stories that are motivational and inspirational. His name The name that he goes by is Authentic Mike or Corporate Water. I have been following his journey of survival, I must say, and determination and fortitude on Instagram for a while. And I reached out to him for him to tell us what his story is or has been and what the journey is like for him. So we will bring Authentic Mike on and he will give us details as to who he is and what this journey has been for him. Michael,
Yeah, I can
Mr.
hear you.
Authentic Mike, welcome to the Nanaya Yeboaa show. Thank you for
Yeah,
agreeing to this interview.
yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. The pleasure is all mine.
Beautiful. So right now where are you in Nigeria?
I'm at Lagos, Nigeria at the moment.
Oh,
Lagos,
yeah, in
Nigeria.
Lagos. Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. So this show is about motivation and inspiration, and your story is one that when I came across it, it's like, wow, who is this young man? And I've been watching you since I don't even know how I don't even remember how I chanced across your post. Somebody,
Okay.
I think somebody shared it with me, and it's like, okay, this young man is making something out of his life in this dire situation. Authentic Mike. So tell us,
Yes, ma'am.
who are you?
Okay. Okay. My name is Michael ILODUBA. Yeah, my parent given name is Michael ILODUBA.
Okay,
But
hold on,
I prefer
Michael
to be called ILODUBA. Yeah, it's a native name,
Iloduba.
ILODUBA.
Michael
Yeah,
Iloduba. Okay.
yeah. From Anambra State, to be precise.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But I like to be called Authentic Michael simply because I like to do my things differently. All right. I
Indeed.
like to be unique in whatever I do. Yeah, that's why I called myself Authentic Mike. But
Yes.
since I got viral because of copy water, I started using copy water as an attachment to my name. But definitely on my own, I like to be identified as Authentic Mike just with my uniqueness. I like
Oh,
doing my things.
okay. So with this corporate water, I guess this whole conversation goes into corporate water. How did we get
Yeah.
the name corporate water? What journey led us to that place?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think this the whole idea of copper water, like I always tell people, it was born out of frustration. I was left with no choice, no hope. I was stranded anyway. Okay, there's this day I went for job hunting, yeah, 2019. All
Mhm.
right. Before then, I was really sick. I was doing something before, but I was really sick, so I had to quit my job to take care of
Okay.
myself. So when I recovered, I needed something to do.
Mhm.
So I decided to go look for a job. I decided to go job hunting. And this very day I left my house. I left my house I think around 5 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yes.
That's early. So then I was left with less than $1. Okay, I had 500 naira that particular day.
Oh,
That day, I managed 300 naira from where I stay. down to CMS, Lagos, Nigeria. For those of us that are conversant with the place, it's very far, quite far from where I stay. So I managed CMS. Getting to CMS, I was left with 200 naira left. All right, I was left with 200 naira with me. So I started job hunting. I started trekking, looking for a job, going from one firm to another, from one industry to another. Remember, I was left with less than $1 in my pocket. That's 200 naira.
Yes.
So after toiling
What kind of
around,
job
after
were you
toiling,
exactly looking for?
I was looking for any job just to survive. I wasn't particular about a job or something. Okay, the thing is, I had this interview with Silverbird, for I had this security job interview with Silverbird.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to the venue of interview, they had already
Yes.
given the job to someone else. So instead of me coming back home, I decided to walk around and look for maybe other opportunities instead of coming back on
Mm-hmm.
empty-handed. So
Yeah.
after turning around, walking from one place to the other, that was about 4 in the evening, 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I was really famished because I had not taken anything edible at that day, at that time.
Yeah.
Not even water. I had not taken anything edible at that time. And it was already 4 p.m. From 6, I started trekking to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really famished. So I was left with 200 naira on me.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that 200 naira could not transport me back home. My transport from CMS down to where I stay would cost me nothing less than 700 naira. But I was left with
Wow.
200 naira. And I was really famished. If I say let me spend 200 naira on feeding, it wouldn't go anywhere. Right? So I was just thinking, what would I do? And the least thing I don't know how to do, there's one thing I don't know how to do, I don't know how to beg. I don't know how to
Yes.
beg for hands. I don't know how to steal. I don't know how to beg. And to mind you, I was putting on suit, I was putting on corporate wears, my suit, my tie, my shoe, and everything.
Yeah.
So I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking, what would I do? Begging was out of it. What would I do? What would I do? So I decided to come up with an idea. Okay, I said, okay, let me sell pure water. Remember, before that time, I'd never hawked anything in my life.
Yes.
I'd never hawked anything in my life before that time. I'd never sold water in my life before that time.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just okay, let me sell water at least to make up with my transport and go home. Probably the next day I'll
Yeah.
come try again. All right. And I had that thought struck me and said, okay, what if I don't make sales in the pure water? I just said,
Mm-hmm.
okay, if I don't make sales in the pure water, I would rather sell my suit or my phone
Yeah.
in order to
Mm-hmm.
get home because
Yeah.
begging was totally out of the option.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fortunately for me, I got to see where they sell pure water, and I bought a bag of pure water for 130
Yeah.
naira per bag, and I was given 17 naira change. Okay, 16 naira change because I had to rent a bucket. I was given 16 naira change because I had to rent a bucket, 10 naira. So because I was putting on suits,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want people to think this guy is going nuts or something, or probably they are
Yeah.
shooting movie or something. I wanted people to see that yes, this is what I'm actually doing. This is
Yeah.
what I'm actually doing. So I decided to name it
Mm-hmm.
corporate water because I was putting on suits. That was the concept.
Oh.
Because I was putting on suits, I decided to name
Yes.
the water corporate water to look different from the regular water.
From everybody.
Yeah, because every other
Okay.
person, there were a lot of people selling water. There were a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people selling water at that CMS market. There were a whole lot of people selling water. So I needed to be different to stand out from the crowd. I
Mm-hmm.
decided to call it corporate water. Shockingly, in less than 2 minutes, that whole bag of pure water was finished. I kept selling and selling, and people kept buying. Like, oh, I want to drink corporate water. What kind of water is this? I've never seen water that is putting on suit. I've never seen anyone putting on suit or
Wow.
water. I want to drink. I want. What? Funny enough, the price is the same, 10 naira, the same as every other person.
Yes.
Now imagine seeing someone putting on suit, very neat, clean, and selling sachet
Clean.
water, and another
Yes.
person putting on tattered clothes, dirty, and
Yes.
still selling the same
Yes.
pure water for the same
Yes.
price.
Yes.
You obviously go for the one with the neat guy now.
Yes.
So I kept selling and selling and selling, not until the vendor said, his water has finished for the day. I think that was about 6 p.m.
Yeah.
That's from 4
Okay.
to 6 p.m. He said his water was already finished. When I
So you
calculated my
sold for
sales,
2 hours.
I
You did
sold
it for
it for
two
two
hours.
hours and I finished all his water for 2 hours.
Wow.
When I calculated my sales, I think I sold nothing less than 60 bags of water. Nothing less than 60 bags of water that day. And if you calculate it,
Yes.
one bag of water has 60 and 20 sachets. One bag of water has 20 sachets.
Yes.
And yeah, one bag of water has 20 sachets. And I sold 60 bags. That's about 1,200 sachets in less than 2 hours.
Wow.
Unfortunately for me, now I was left with so much money. Me that was really famished, I had to proudly go get some food at the tantalizer at the eatery. I had to go get some good food. When I go home, I still had I think I had about 2,000 plus on me. What have
2,000
I been
plus
doing at home
naira.
all this? Yes, sir. From
So
200 naira, I
hold
had,
on. When it comes to investment,
yeah,
you invest
I invested
130
200.
naira.
Yeah, let's say 200 naira. Let's say
The
200.
initial investment, the first
Investment
one,
was 200 naira. Yeah, was 200 naira.
because you paid 130 naira for the
Yes, for the
sachet
bucket, for the water, and 10 naira for the bucket.
and 10 naira, so 140 naira.
Yes.
And your return,
My return on investment was roughly I think 4,000 plus, about 4,005 or 4,006
you see how
in less than
inspirational this is?
2 hours. So when I got
This
home, I still had when I go home, I still had 2,000 plus on me. And I said to myself, what have I been doing at home all this while?
is
You don't need to go look for a job again because obviously the money was good.
you see,
If an
that's
average
what
person
they
earns, if an average person earns that amount in a day, he is good in Lagos. If you earn that amount in Lagos, an average person earns that amount in Lagos, or a
how
broke
much
person
will a security person have earned in a month?
in a month, a security person would have earned probably 20,000 naira in a month,
And you could make it
and
in
I could make about four
four,
thousand
five
plus
days.
in a day. I could make that 20,000 naira in 1 week. And I said to myself, what have I been doing at home all this while? I'm no more looking for a job. I could tell you
You
that since
created
then,
one for yourself.
yeah, I could tell you that since then, I've never walked into a firm looking for a job.
People should actually be coming to you looking for a job from corporate
Yeah,
water.
exactly. Yeah, we're getting to there very soon. We're getting
I
to there very
believe
soon.
you.
Yeah. So as God will have it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I kept selling, and at that point, I knew, oh, this is really, really good business. All my abandoned suits, abandoned t-shirts, I went to go and dry clean them. Business has started. I kept firing, kept firing. From Monday, to Friday corporate hours, and Monday to Saturday corporate hours. I work
Okay.
from 8 to 6. I go home. So I kept doing that. From there, I saved up some amount. Then I was squatting with my friend. I wasn't staying with
Mm-hmm.
my parents. I was squatting with my friend. From there, I had money to afford my own apartment.
Apartment, yes.
From there, I was able to pay my siblings' school fees. From the same water, I
Wow.
was able to register the business. By the grace of God, from that same corporate water I was hawking,
Yes.
I'm setting up a small pure water factory.
Wow.
I think for me, it's just the determination. And you
It,
see, it's not like there was no challenge or something. I had a whole lot of challenge.
that's a challenge. Yeah.
I had too much challenges. But the thing is, I made up my mind that I wasn't going to
Mm-hmm.
work for nobody. I was going to do this. I was going to make the best out of this. The first challenge I had was my fellow vendors.
Yes.
The first thing they did is that they ganged up against me, and they went to hire a tout to come extort money from me every blessed day. And that tout will literally extort about 300 or 400 naira from me every day.
Wow.
Because I think because I was naive, I kept giving them the money. I kept giving them the money. And one day I just had to make inquiry and ask, is there anything like tax collector around here? And someone said nothing like that. And I consulted this guy. Since then, he never showed up. The next one that came up, the next one when that one did not work again. Source, the place I bought the water from, I got to buy water from. They went to go and meet this man. About 8 of them or 9 of them, they went to the gang up and go and meet this man. And they told the man that if he wants them to be buying from him, he should stop selling to me. Obviously, anyone would do that, and the man had to stop selling to me. And at that time, he was the only one I knew selling water at that CMS. Besides, and then I was only selling sachet water.
Yes.
All right, and it was the one renting his bucket out to me. So, and I went to go and buy. After he stopped selling to me, he said he would no longer sell to me. I asked him the reason. He said no. He said there's no reason. It was then I made inquiries around, and people told me that this is what happened. So what happened? That these women, these other vendors, they ganged up against me, go meet this man, and the man stopped selling to me. I said, okay, we are here. This business, do it. I'm not giving up. I'm not backing on this business. I now went to go and buy my own bucket. I went to bought my own bucket. You see that transparent bucket you see?
Yes.
That was when I went to go. I bought that one myself, and I designed it. I customized it. Corporate water. Yes, my brand exactly. I kept doing that. They don't have choice than to accept defeat.
I don't think it's defeat.
That's just they don't. No, for me, it is defeat to them.
Oh, okay.
For me, it is defeat to them. Okay. Yeah, they don't have choice than to accept it that way.
Yes.
It is me being myself. It is me being unique.
Every time they try to pull you down, more opportunities actually opened for you.
Actually comes up. Yes.
Yes.
Because when the man stopped selling to me, then I wasn't selling bottled water. Now I sell bottled water. Yeah, because I could literally make probably 17 naira per bag. I could make 17 naira gain in one bag of pure water.
Yes.
But bottled water I could make 100 naira gain with just selling pure bottles. All right, pure water, the sachet water, I could make 17 naira gain with selling 20 sachets of water, 20 sachets. But the bottled water, I could make 100 naira with just selling 12 bottles.
So, which makes that much more.
Yes, much more easier.
Yes.
I could literally just sell more bottled water and sell more pure water, more sachet water, and I'll make huge gain.
This is what I how do you call it? Getting out of this conversation when it comes to business. I know it's supposed to be a motivational and inspiration. It still is, but there's a business to it that most people go to school to study, to do an MBA, a Master's in Business Administration, to figure these out.
To figure it out, yeah, exactly.
Yours is pure street MBA.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Yes, yours is pure street MBA. Now, you did mention these people that came, that ganged up against you to pull you down or drive you out of the
business,
the water business. Now, could you, because I know you were educated, could you give us a little bit of your educational background and the kind of background you're also coming in with?
Okay. Basically, currently, I'm still an undergraduate. Currently studying business administration, BSc. Yeah, so
Augusta, you get street MBA. What do you want for business administration?
yeah, so yeah, I'm more exposed and enlightened because I
Yes.
read a lot of books. Yeah, that's one
Hmm.
thing, one side of it. And I think these other people, they're just the regular people that want to survive.
Yes.
In the street of Lagos, everybody wants to survive, irrespective of your degree.
Hmm.
I've literally seen graduates in Nigeria, in Lagos, in
Hmm.
my estate, in where I live, graduates,
Yes.
they are pushing garbage trucks.
Yes.
I've seen graduates pushing garbage trucks. So literally, everybody in Lagos is trying to survive, irrespective of their degree or something. Everybody is trying to survive.
What
That's what I think.
you what I'm getting from this conversation as well,
Yep.
as much as it's a survival and it's a hustle, it's also teaching some essentials,
Okay.
business essentials. For instance, whatever this
Yeah.
garbage pusher or this graduate who's pushing the garbage is,
The
whatever
garbage
they learned
truck.
in school should
Yeah.
be able to some form of it applied to their business.
Yeah.
Aside from
Yeah.
going to school, if it's professional
Okay.
designation like doctor or
Yeah.
nurse or
Yeah.
teacher or whatnot,
Yeah.
education is open your mind, enlightenment.
Open your
You
mind.
don't need to go
Yeah.
to school to sit in an office.
Exactly.
But I now let me put this forth. I'm not too sure how the educational system is right now in Nigeria or
Nigeria.
in Ghana. Yes.
Okay.
But that also depends on how we are taught in school and what the expectation is when
Exactly.
we leave
Exactly.
school. So right
Exactly.
now that you're doing your degree in business administration, do you
Yeah.
find that what is being taught in class is
It's
often or
totally
can be
different. It's totally different. You know, what is being
put
taught in
down?
school is a fixed doctrine, a reverse fixed doctrine that is being taught in school. The same thing they teach you today is the same thing they will teach your children tomorrow. It's the same thing they will teach your children's children to the next day after. There is no, I don't think, I'm serious, I don't think there's any difference. Okay, I'll give you a shocking story. Um, my younger brother, I think a couple of years ago, my younger brother came back from school and he brought
Hmm.
this particular assignment for me to help him solve mathematics.
Yeah.
Shockingly, this same mathematics hmm, was the math that made me fail my maths while I was in class 3, while I was in GSS 3. He was in GSS 3 at the time, and they gave him that same math. He had to bring it to me to help him solve because I was weak. He felt okay. I had experience on it already, and
What kind of
I'm pretty much sure that that same math they will also give someone younger when that
yes.
person gets to that class. So I think the educational system in Nigeria just have this fixed knowledge of okay, you go to school, you get a good degree, and probably you get a job and survive. That's what the school teaches us. But I think should I call it the street? The street.
Yes.
The street teaches us okay, hustle, make impact, be successful. I don't know if you understand me. Education teaches us to be white collar
Yes.
employees,
Yes.
but the street teaches us to be blue collar entrepreneurs. You see the
And
difference? So
versatile.
I think, yeah, me applying those two made me to okay come up with
Unique.
that idea and be creative in what I do. That's just it for
Hmm.
me.
Wow. I like the way you put it. I love the way
Thank
you
you.
put it. As much as we're talking about all the, education and you being at this, let's say you're almost on top of your game. When
Yeah,
the business stands, then you are there. You get
I
there.
pray so.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And we'll have a conversation when you get there too, because I'll be very,
very,
very
very, very, pretty much
interested
soon. Pretty much soon.
in that. Who
The
knows?
the
Maybe
the,
I'll
the
be in
factory,
Nigeria at
by
the
the
place
grace of
of
God, pretty much soon. Pretty much soon.
yes.
By the grace of God, the factory is still under construction. Probably by next month or 2 months or 3 months, I can't tell. But very soon, copy water should be out already. This is
Are
the
you
this is the
looking
brand.
out? Sorry.
This is the brand.
Oh, I can
This is the
hardly
copy
see.
water brand.
Oh,
Yeah,
corporate water brand. I have to get my
yeah.
t-shirt too.
Hey, we'll send it out to Canada, right?
That's right. You got it. You
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
So, as much as we're talking about all this and we're laughing and everything, it wasn't an easy journey. You delved
It
into that.
wasn't an easy journey. Don't let me deceive you. It wasn't, because I know there were times I would go to work and I wouldn't make a sale, not even one. Obviously, the bad weather. Yes, the bad weather is
Yes.
one major
Mm-hmm.
disadvantage in business.
Mm-hmm.
There are times I would go to, I wouldn't make a sales, but I have this strategy I used to back up.
Mm-hmm.
If I put up a target, okay, I want to make 1,000 naira today. If I'm putting up
Mm-hmm.
a target, okay, I want to make 1,000 naira today.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever way, I must accomplish that target. Even though I
Wow.
will sell water. There's what I do. Okay, I don't know if you have something what they call bus conductor in Canada or in
Yes.
Lagos, Nigeria.
No,
They
no,
have
not
bus
here, but
conductor.
in Ghana.
Okay, in Lagos, Nigeria,
Yes.
they have bus conductor.
Or
When
mate.
I don't make sales in pure water,
Uh-huh.
once it is evening, I'll just jump to corporate bus conductor with my suit and my tie. People start, I want to enter corporate bus. I want to enter corporate bus. Really, that's the truth. I'm telling you. And just for a road, I make 500 naira. Just one turn, I make 500 naira. We transport the passengers from this junction down to their destination. 500 naira. Coming back the same thing. Going back the same thing. That's
No.
just where I turn up myself. So when I'm saying, okay, when I'm leaving my house with the hope of
Mm-hmm.
coming back with 1,000 naira, by crook or by hook, I'm coming back with that 1,000 naira.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Wow.
it.
That you,
That's it.
Michael, are a force of nature. When
I'll
you
say I think I
started,
have a video. I think I have a video of that corporate conduct. I can't remember. I'll search for it. If I see it, I'll send it to you on WhatsApp.
okay, when you started this journey with you being sort of an academic or somebody going to school looking for a job and you don't get you don't get a white collar job, and then you start doing this, hawking corporate water. How did your parents take it?
Okay, I'll tell you something. Right from being a child,
Mm-hmm.
I I never liked white collar job.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is, okay, funny enough, my dad is a graduate,
Mm-hmm.
a computer engineering graduate,
Yes.
but he's a driver. See, the system is not favorable to Nigerians, to the graduates. Every year, Nigeria produce over 10,000 graduates, and then there are no provisions for these graduates. So I keep thinking, if I should do this to go to school, get a degree, how do I survive?
Mhm.
And I'm this child that I like good things, and for me to get that good things, I must work for it. My parents has
Yeah.
always taught me that if you know you
Mhm.
like it, you have to work for it. You have to earn it. Okay, I think I dropped school. I dropped school. I After my elementary school and all that,
Mhm.
I didn't want to further more at that time. I wanted
Yeah.
to learn the
Trade.
food trade.
Yes.
There's what they call Igbo apprenticeship.
Yes.
Igbo
Yes.
apprenticeship, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when a boss, or how do I put it, an owner of a business will come
Mm-hmm.
pick you up and teach you
Yes.
and teaches you
They teach you
teaches
the
you the business
business.
part of
Yes.
it, for a
Mm-hmm.
period of time, right?
Yes.
For a period of time, and if he's willing, he would settle you to go and start up your own business.
Start
But
your
if
own.
that's
Yes.
the agreement, yes, if that's
Mm-hmm.
the agreement, it's going to settle you to go start your own business. But if that's not the
Yes.
agreement, you just then and go look for money and start up a business somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So this is the part I learned. I learned this,
Mm-hmm.
this handful business skill
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
of mine, who is a businessman, my pastor actually.
Yeah.
He's also my pastor. So I learned this skill. I think I learned this skill for about 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years or so.
What
Yeah,
exact
3 years.
skill was that?
Trading. Trade. He's a trader.
Trading.
He sells. Yes, the trader. He sells provision. You know, detergent, laundry, soap, and all that. He sells
Oh.
provision generally. So
Oh.
I
Okay.
learned that from me. So I think that
Okay.
was also that also added to my knowledge in business.
In business. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. So I added my knowledge in business. So right from when I was a child, this school thing has never been in me. But I said to
Mm-hmm.
myself, I'll go to school. I said to myself, I
Yes.
would go to school. In fact, I'll go to the level of obtaining this PhD, MBA, and all that. I would get it.
Yes.
But in getting that certificate, in getting that degree, it's just to decorate
Yes.
my house. You get the point? Because I know I'm never going to work for anybody. I'm never going to use my degree to go apply for a job elsewhere. I don't know. I just have the feeling. I know my parents, this school you want me to go, I will go to the school. Though my parents don't have the
Michael,
money to my
let
parents
me
don't
tell
have the
you.
money to sponsor me at that time. I sponsor
Mm-hmm.
myself in school now. I
Wow.
sponsor myself. I pay my bills.
Wow.
I'm the
If
I'm
I
the
was
I'm
as
the
smart as you when I was your age, I'll be somewhere further than where I am right now.
great,
So I am
great, great.
really applaud you. And I'm very
Great.
proud
Thank
of
you.
you. If you are
Thank
my
you.
son, I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You see,
Yeah,
that
so
is
my
the way leaders think.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
My dad, okay,
Mhm.
pretty much my parents could not afford my tertiary institution at the time
Mhm.
because my dad is a driver, like I said earlier, and my
Yes.
mom is a petty trader.
Yes.
So they don't really have much. In fact, they don't even have to
Mm-hmm.
sponsor any of their kids to school. I attended a public school.
Yeah.
I attended a public school, and so did my siblings attend, and I'm the eldest child of the family. So growing up
Mm-hmm.
as the eldest child of the family, I saw a whole lot of abnormalities in the house. I saw a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of struggle, a whole lot of suffering in the house. And as a child that wanted to make a difference, I wanted to make an impact. Okay, there's something my pastor would always tell me. Every
Mm-hmm.
child
Mm-hmm.
has a purpose in the
Mm-hmm.
family.
Mm-hmm.
Whether the child is good, the child is bad, the child is troublesome, doesn't care. Every child has a purpose in the family. And I held on to that. I was thinking, maybe, just maybe, my own purpose in my family is to liberate my family from poverty.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that also added to my own motivation that okay, yes,
You,
I must
you
make
see,
something out of this life
the
legitimately.
the
Legitimately.
rethink,
Because
the
I have a whole lot
rethink,
of friends that
yeah, the
yeah. I
rethink
said legitimately
is.
because
I'm listening.
I said legitimately because I have a whole lot of friends, a whole lot of
Mhm.
people around me that do cyber crime. This popular Yahoo they say
Oh
they call it.
yes, yes.
And I told myself I will be never till my dying day, I will never.
Mhm.
There's one thing I will never do is to steal from another person.
Mhm.
Because this life is someone said, okay, this life, na circle.
Yes.
What
It
goes around
always
comes
comes
around.
back.
It is inevitable.
That's right.
You do bad to
That,
someone, someone is
mhm.
also going to do bad to you. If not to your relative, if not your relative, your children, and
Your
it's going to
children.
hurt
That's
you.
right. That's right.
So if I'm doing something, I'm very conscious of what I do, knowing that okay, this thing I'm doing is not going to hurt my neighbor. It's not going to hurt
Mhm.
the next person close to me.
Mhm.
That's why I said
So,
I will
yeah.
never do cybercrime.
So let's come to the hardcore. I know everything is hardcore, but there's a key aspect. And you shared with me yesterday something very, very powerful. And I would love for us to talk about that
Okay.
because depression is part of, mental health. And I say we're all crazy
Yep.
in a little bit in our own special ways, but there are people who can take
Yep.
the crazy extremely. So let's talk about
Yeah.
depression. What motivated you to write that article?
Yeah. Like I said, I've been depressed. Yeah.
How did
I've
you
been
know you
depressed.
were depressed?
At the time, I think I shutted everyone out.
Mm,
I'm this reserved introvert. I'm a reserved introvert. I don't feel comfortable around
mhm,
crowd. If I'm to
mhm,
do my business, I'll focus on my business. I'll
mhm,
keep a blind face to everybody around me. That's why I don't feel ashamed when I go out to work.
mhm,
I will just keep blind face to everybody. As a matter of
mhm.
fact, when I started this corporate water, I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell anybody I started this corporate water.
Mm.
I thought I could even do it secretly for as long as I can.
Secret in Lagos.
I'm telling you, because the day I started, I didn't tell anybody. The day I was leaving my house, I
Yeah.
told my friends that I'm going to get a job. I told my parents, I called them, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to look for a job. I'm going job
Mhm.
hunting. So the day I came back, that same day I came back with money, he asked me where did I get money from. I said I started working. And we were all happy, not knowing I was working water. You get?
But,
We were all
but
happy.
it's
Okay,
a
Michael has gotten a
genuine
job.
job.
Michael has gotten the failed Michael has gotten a job. And we were all happy. Okay, I think about
Mhm,
2 weeks later, about 2 or 3
mhm.
weeks later, when my mom called me, I went to visit her. She started interrogating me, started asking me, where did you say you work again? What job do you do? I don't know that she has seen the picture, my pictures and videos on Facebook. I'm not the Facebook type, all right? I'm not on Facebook anyway.
Mhm.
I recently opened a Facebook account, of which I've not been active for a while now.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, but my mom is a Facebook kind of person. My mom is
Ah.
always on Facebook. So I
Mhm.
don't know that she has seen
You on
videos
Facebook.
and pictures of her son on Facebook, Hawking Water. And she called me and she said, where do you say you work again? I thought that she had not know. So I kept lying. I said, I'm working. I'm earning good money. I'm working. Yes, I'm working. He said, tell
Mhm.
me the truth. Where do you say you work again? Where are you working? I want to come and visit your office. Then I had to open up to her that, okay, I hawk pure water. And she
Mhm.
said she knew. She just wanted to find out from me. And she
From
showed me the
you.
pictures. She showed me the pictures and the videos and everything that she saw online because she had to save them. And
Yeah.
she said to me, as long as they did not put
Put
anchor in your
anchor.
hands that you
Yeah.
stole something,
Yeah.
as long as you're not dragged by the police that you're an
Yeah.
armed robber, keep it up. You have my full support. As long as this is bringing money, this is feeding you, keep it up. You
It's
have my
an
full support.
honorable work.
Since then,
And
my parents have supported me. So what fear do I have again?
and look at us speaking transcontinental. Me in Toronto, you in Lagos, having this conversation. If you had not started this journey, I wouldn't
In
even
fact,
become
exactly,
aware of you. And this
exactly.
serves as
You know,
inspiration to many young men and women.
exactly.
that
You know,
no job.
at
Mhm.
some point, some of my uncles became very mad at me. The reason is they felt they felt I was dragging their name, the son name, to the mud. You can imagine. And
I'm
these
not
are the
laughing
same
at you, but
uncles
it's real.
I've asked money several times. Okay, can you give me some money? I want to start some business. I've asked them
Mm.
several times. None of them supported me. So when I decided to do my thing my own way, said I was dragging their name to the mud. I turned deaf ear.
That's right.
I don't care because as long as my parents support me,
Mhm.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Shockingly, when I got an interview with BBC
Mhm.
and Al Jazeera,
Oh,
my uncle, they became proud of me. Yeah, that is my nephew. That is my. I said these are all bunch of hypocrites.
well,
I
young
was you
man,
can
you go
imagine
in place.
I was doing it initially, and you saw my picture on Facebook, and you were criticizing me that I'm dragging your name to the mud. You're not proud of me. Aren't they a bunch of hypocrites?
Yeah. Michael, it's been a pleasure. I know there is more, and we'll probably continue this interview at another time. But before we go,
Yes.
this is the Nana Yeboah show, and I'm on the air with Corporate Water, Authentic Mike. Now, you do have
Number
a
one.
poem. You number one,
Yeah.
Authentic Mike, number one. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. You do have a poem to share and a little bit to talk about depression as well before we sign off.
The poem for me, it's not a poem. It's just
Okay,
some words of resilience I put together. It's not a poem actually. It's just some words of
okay.
resilience I put together for myself. You know, I have them on sticky notes all over my room. Each time
So do you mind
each time
sharing some for the listeners or the young men and women who will be watching or who are watching this
okay,
show?
okay. I think the first one I always say is um,
Mhm,
knowing that I was born broke, but I refuse to die in poverty. That's the first motivation for me.
mhm,
I was born broke, but I refuse to die in poverty.
mhm.
And some of this resilience I tell myself is, yeah, I've seen great men who started
Mhm.
off from nothing
Yeah.
and there's something today. I've read a whole lot of books on these great men. If they can do it, I
Mhm,
can also do it.
mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
I've seen people who started off from scratch and they are
Yeah.
doing great today. I can also do it.
Yeah.
I have my whole life ahead of me, so I'm not in haste. I'm enjoying the process. I'm taking it the beat one step at a time. So I also advise every young person out there, the youth of this
And even
generation,
some of us older ones too.
yes, man. The youth of this generation, they when they go on the gram and they see these flashy cars, these
Mhm,
houses and all that, they start to think. I think at some point that got me.
mhm,
That got into my mental health.
mhm,
I had to go off Instagram for a while, like
mhm,
for more than 6 months. I wasn't even posting on Instagram
mhm,
because I was trying to come back to my sense.
mhm,
But I think the youth of this generation, they are
mhm.
easily influenced by these
The
flashy
flashy life
things.
and
Yes, they're easily,
everything.
easily
Yeah.
influenced and pressured by these flashy things.
Mhm,
What I
mhm.
want to say is every youth out there is enjoy the process. Enjoy the process.
Yes.
Everything you're going through right now is what you're supposed to go through to become who you are.
Mhm.
Remember, I think gold was fired so many times before it became gold.
Yes.
So you having the hardest life should picture you to the future that yes, there's something great ahead of you. There's something great waiting for you. But you have to do with
Wow.
hard work. You have to be very hardworking. You can't just
And
sit at home,
smart.
fold your hands, and expect your dreams to come true in your house. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to go out there to work for it to earn it. And that's what
Wow.
I'm doing. And watch my space in a few years from now. Watch my space.
You know,
Yeah, I tell you for real.
just to sum it all up, it's this is what I always say, that for those who are so into Christianity, that the doors of opportunities are open.
It's not in how
It's out there.
it's not
It's
in the
all,
church.
it's not. Either the door or the windows or the roof is open. It's up to you to get out and go, pass through
Yeah,
all these channels, and there you meet people along the way who help push you. Or even when some people drag you down, like what you say,
yeah,
you thought they were
yeah,
dragging you, but not knowing they were pulling you back to show you the door that you need to
yeah,
take,
exactly.
the
Exactly.
where you need to
Exactly.
go to your next level.
Yeah.
So when you were saying that,
Disappointment is blessing in disguise.
even the word disappointment has appointment.
Appointment, exactly. I
Mhm.
kept saying if I wasn't disappointed at that time, I wouldn't have been where I am today. Probably
Definitely not.
I will still be at
A
silver
gate
bed
man.
as a gate man. Funny enough, I got an interview. An air interview on the Silverbed channel. I was interviewed on Silverbed channel. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
people that denied me job, they called me for an
And
interview as a star. Can you imagine? So I
it
think every
needed to
disappointment is a
happen that
blessing in
way.
disguise. Yeah,
And then
yeah,
the next interview, they will be interviewing you as a business consultant, because you know what? Corporate
exactly,
water will be up and running.
exactly,
And that is
exactly.
my prayer for you.
Amen. Thank you, ma'am.
Authentic Mike, thank you so much.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
before, if people want to find you on social media, how would they find you?
Okay. On Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
just type at corporatewater.am. At
Okay.
corporatewater.am.
.am.
That's the AM
Okay.
stands for Authentic Mike. On
Okay.
Twitter, the same thing. On
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, the same thing at corporatewater.am. I'll be there
Okay.
waiting for you.
All right, folks. You've been watching the Nana Yeboaa show. I've been your
Thank
host,
you, ma'am.
Nana Yeboaa. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all at Nana Yeboaa show. Thank you. At corporatewater.am. That is the information
Yeah.
on the screen.
Thank you.
Bless you, my dear.
Exactly.
It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure and the most humbling interview I have had so far. God bless you. God
Thank you.
keep you safe.
Yeah,
Bye.
amen. And you too. Bye.
TV.